The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2025 winter edition of The Local Show. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my good friend and co-host, Steve Roberts. In every episode, we dive into captivating conversations with Syracuse's movers and shakers, like business owners, top executives, entrepreneurs, nonprofit organizations, and a bunch more. Now, brace yourself for jaw-dropping business insights and success stories. The Local Show shines the light on the business visionaries, turning Syracuse into the ultimate hub for work, life, and new opportunities. We're broadcasting from the Zoe Advertising Studios, sponsored by Victory in Motion, the home of knee repair, not knee replacement. And you can see us on YouTube. Just look up Zoe Advertising and have yourself a blast. Geez, I noticed a couple times this week, Steve, toward the end of the week, that the sun was coming up quicker. Is that just me, or is it really happening?
You were right. You might be getting out of bed a little earlier, but no, it is. And,
yeah, because I got the alarm set for the same time, and I thought, why is the sun out? What happened?
Yeah, I don't set an alarm. So it's even weirder for me because I look and I go, okay, what time is it? Because usually I'm pretty good at kind of telling.
Yeah, you can tell, right?
But bring it on. I'm happy for the 40-degree weather we had this week, and we're able to melt some of the snow because I'm hoping I can get a little walleye fishing in the first and second week of March.
It's still open
till March 15th?
Okay, then it shuts down for a while.
Correct. So
then
last
it comes
year,
back in May.
You got it.
Okay.
Last year I did really well. The second week of March. So
where at did you do well?
I can't tell anybody. Nobody listens. I was actually on a lake. It's not.
And nobody wants to be around you, so they're not going to come.
The creeks, the smaller creeks that go into Oneida Lake. Sometimes you can catch some walleye in there. That's
so you don't go. You don't go out on the lake, Sylvan Beach?
No, or Sylvan Beach, yeah.
On the wall?
Yeah, if it's not frozen. Mm-hmm. If it is frozen, then it's just a nice view. It doesn't make very good fishing.
Right. Well, that sounds like we're going in the right direction.
I like that optimism. That's why I lead on you. You're just an optimistic guy.
Yeah.
When I think optimism, I think Tom.
Think Tom. That's right. Hey, we've got a great show all set. I'm pretty positive of that. Stephen Landers is going to be up first. He's the owner of CNY Plumbing Solutions. So first up, let's talk with Steve Landers. He's the owner of CNY Plumbing. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very good. I heard you talking to our business people out there, and you said something about having to get up during the week, like at 4 o'clock, or be at the job site at 4.
Yeah, we got a special job this week. We had to be there at 4 a.m. every day. So.
Oh, good golly.
They're just closing up the restaurant, and we're just getting there to work. So
yeah, boy,
they're just closing at 4.
Yep, they just close at 4, and then we got to start working, and they open back up at 10, so we got to be done by 10 with whatever we're doing for the day.
Wow. So. Now, that's got to be an interesting and challenging operation at a restaurant because, you've got a lot of plumbing. And not only do you have the whole kitchen area that's all plumbed, right, and that's being used constantly like a factory, and then you have your bathrooms and things which are also used. So are you at liberty to tell us what you're doing over there? Or
so we're installing another restaurant above an existing restaurant.
You can do that.
Yep.
So that's a thing. A double decker.
Yep. So it's like a restaurant sandwich.
Yeah.
Better not leak.
Yeah, right.
It's not going to leak. Okay. It's definitely a more complicated way of doing things because we're building from the bottom up instead of the top down. So
now, does everybody, when you do an operation like that, does everything go into the same sewer system?
Everything goes to the same sewer, but every restaurant needs its own grease trap.
Okay.
So that separates the grease waste from the other waste, the water, and that keeps it out of the city mains, so the city doesn't have problems that they got to take care of.
Yeah, my neighbor there, Charlie Mattis, he does the pumping out of all the grease traps and things like that. That's got to be a dirty job. But
he's a grease trap sucker.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that's what he does.
But it's such a necessary thing, and I don't know where they take that stuff after it's all pumped out. But you have to do that regularly.
Yep, they need to be maintained. They need to keep up on that. And then anytime you have a restaurant, you have grease in all the lines that needs to be snaked and jetted periodically anyway.
Good golly. And you provide that type of service?
Yep. Yeah. Anything a restaurant needs, we do. Any of the maintenance stuff, any of the emergency stuff. We get a lot of calls for clogged drains in restaurants, and we get a lot of calls for toilets not working, backing up, stuff like that, faucets broken, just all the normal plumbing stuff. But frequently.
When you go in to have to snake something out because of grime or other stuff in there, do you have to wear like a mask to not smell that stuff so you don't get sick or what?
I don't anymore, but the grease traps are probably the worst smelling thing.
Really?
When your neighbor there starts pumping them and there's all that air movement from the truck actually vacuuming the stuff out, that's pretty much the worst offensive smell in plumbing.
Yeah.
So I don't have to be there for that, but the snaking and stuff, you do want to wear PPE, but the smell kind of washes off you after a while.
I don't imagine you can do that when there's people at the restaurant because you would smell it all over the place, right?
It's not that bad.
Okay.
But it could show up somewhere, and the customers will definitely complain if they get a whiff of it.
Yeah.
So if I were to say to the average homeowner, don't put grease down your drain, would that be a fair statement?
Yes, do not put grease down the drain. And whenever you can, there's always some grease in there, and you always need some kind of maintenance on it. But anytime you can, dump it in the garbage can, put it somewhere else, and you'll be a lot better off.
Do any of the over-the-counter organic type of things work? Like you see at the big box stores, they got like mean green and this and that you can pour in a drain that supposedly is organic and it's supposed to eat the bio stuff in your drain.
Generally speaking, they may have mixed results, but the ultimate goal is to remove it from the pipe. The only way to do that is mechanically.
Right.
The sewer machine or the jetter or the vacuum truck to suck the grease trap out.
Do you provide any of those services? Or
Yep.
Oh, okay. You do all that.
Any and all drain clean services on the commercial side or the residential side, all the way up to big stuff. We do, you in the 6-8 inches and manholes and all kinds of stuff. So
spring's coming. Anything anybody can do to plan ahead for melting snow and oh my gosh, we're the low one on the street and it's going to come into the
septic
house.
Tanks,
and all that
or not septic. What am I thinking?
Sewer lines.
Yeah, well, that and sump pump. That's the word.
The
I'm
other
looking
thing.
For. Yes.
This is definitely the sump pump time of year.
Right.
We always have pumps in our trucks. We do emergency service. So if you got a pump that's failed, give us a call and we'll rush right out there and swap it out for you. And if you find out that it's failed and you've left it alone for a couple of days and the basement's full of water, we got a big pump. We'll come suck it out with that too.
Great.
So, and then this time of year, especially with the snow we just got, we get a lot of calls for roofs that are leaking. And people think they're plumbing leaks.
Ah, right.
So we're getting a lot of those. But some pumps are big this time of year. Every spring we swap.
But you wait till it breaks. It's like a water heater probably. I mean, people don't go, my sump pump's 10 years old. Let's change it. That doesn't usually happen.
You should test it. Make sure it's working. Listen to it. If you can hear it run, just keep in mind that it's a very important piece of the house and it's going to protect your furnace, water heater, everything else. And then there's various alarms with your home security systems and your Google, Alexa, any of that stuff has alarms available for high water levels or just leaks anywhere.
Because that's very important, especially with the amount of snow we've had this year. Now that's going to be an issue because you can almost hear it. I open up my cellar door, and if I had a door, I don't have one on there, but I'm redoing it. But for the past year, I can hear the sump pump down there. You can hear the water running into it. Yep. And that it's going to be
better running than not running.
Yeah. CNY Plumbing right there. He's the owner, Stephen Landers, master plumber, and the whole family is working at your business, right?
Oh,
that's what you guys do.
Does that phone number still work? The 753-1104?
It does.
So if you need a plumber, hey, you got a guy right here, 753-1104. Steve Landers, CNYplumbing.com.